Hey guys, Super Retrocade here. So this video has kind of been in the works for a while. So what happened was the Krikzz came out with the Everdrive or the Mega Everdrive Pro, which is a Sega Genesis flash card that does Sega CD. He's previously had a line of Mega Everdrives with the X5 or X3, X5, X7, but now he came out with the Pro, which does Sega CD. So I ordered this from everdrive.me, and something happened where with my order they didn't have my address. So apparently they were trying to email me to get my address, but it kept going to my junk folder. So it took until I reached out to them for them to then, come back and say, hey, we've been trying to email you, and we finally got it figured out where they went and fixed my order. So this just arrived today, but it's been it kind of took a while. So in here we have the manual. Nice little manual. And I should say I had the Terra Onion Mega SD, but I actually sold it as soon as I found out about this, just because I like Krikz's stuff more, and I wanted to support it. And the other thing is, like with the Everdrive N8, it does save states in a really cool way, where you can just do select down, select up to do save state and a load state. So I'm hoping that this Mega Everdrive Pro is a powerful enough FPGA to do that kind of, fast save stating. So what I got here was the smoke gray one, which I think is pretty cool looking. At first, I really went back and forth about whether I should get the plain black one or the smoke gray, and I ultimately did the smoke gray, and I'm glad that I did, because I really think it looks cool being clear like this. And then I have my 400 gig micro SD card that I had for my Mega Everdrive, or my Mega SD. So I'm going to use that with my Mega Everdrive Pro. The build quality seems good. It appears to be beveled, but not very much. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that much of a bevel. It's kind of hard to tell though, but there's a slight bevel to it. It's probably fine. For those of you who don't know what beveling is like having this board kind of at an angle so that the PCB is actually spreading the pins when you insert it into the system. But the cool thing about this is Krikz's Everdrives have never been able to do Sega CD games before, and this one can do Sega CD. So that's what's kind of cool about this. So I'm going to go over to my computer and load up the software, and then I'll stick it in a Genesis and we'll see how it works. Hey guys, so it took me a little bit to get the SD card set up properly. I had to make sure that I had the right CD BIOS files, and I had to make sure to download the firmware from Krikzz.com. And I also found that it kind of handles these Mega Drive Plus games differently. So Mega Drive Plus is like where they take existing games and put like CD audio to them. And there's also this player, and what's kind of cool about this player is with this player you can take a video file. Like, I went on YouTube and found the opening theme for the original X-Men cartoon, and you can fire up this player and it will play it in like Sega Genesis mode, which is pretty cool. But you can kind of see that, line of kind of artifacting or like overscan on the right hand side. But it's pretty cool that you can take like any video file and dump it through this BAT file or this program that converts it, and then you can play it on the Genesis. I don't know, it'd be kind of crazy to watch like a modern TV show or movie this way. I don't know if there's limits of how big the files can be or what. And I haven't figured out how to exit out of this. See, I know that RBF file that's sitting in there. I know that that's an FPGA core. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to get out of this player without resetting your console. So I'm just going to hit the reset. And right now I have the cart plugged into a Genesis Model 2 with a triple bypass. And it's connected to this CRT with HD Retrovision cables. So then another cool thing here is I'm going to fire up Rocket Knight Adventures. Let's see. And this is one of the things that really has me like stoked about this. Here, I'll show you here. So we'll get into the game. So what I love about this is just like the Everdrive N8, it has the ability to do these super fast save states. So if I do starting up, it creates a save state. So then if I get rocked, I can do starting down and load my save state. So that's like super cool when you're trying to familiarize yourself with these games. And a lot of times when you do save states like that, it messes up the audio. Like I know when I would do that a lot, when I would play this game with the Everdrive X or Mega Everdrive X7, it would screw up the audio a lot of times when I came back. But it doesn't seem to be doing that on the Pro here. So that's just super awesome to be able to toggle save states that quickly. I mean, it's just like it's a pretty fun thing. So that right there is like worth the price of admission for me, because I love doing that on my regular Nintendo. See, and then if I do start and left, I have it take me back to the menu, so I can just exit game, and then it can do Sega CD just like the Mega SD can. So I can go in here and I can fire up. Let's do NBA Jam. The only thing with when you do Sega CD games, you can't do any of the save states, and I don't think there's a button combination to go back to the main menu either. So you got to reset the console if you want to go back to the main menu. And this is just such a huge thing to do these Sega CD games without having to have a Sega CD, because Sega CDs are like, I have never owned a Sega CD, but I guess they're like super problematic to keep maintained and working well.
Welcome to NBA Jam.
Yeah, and this Sega CD version of NBA Jam is actually pretty good. I actually think it might be one of the best versions. Just because it's got a little better audio, a little better... pretty much just the audio. It seems to be... Just because the audio is a little better. And it kind of does some animations in some of the title screens that I think are unique to it. I'm not certain about that. It just kind of seems like the best version of NBA Jam. Like that music there is pretty awesome. Except it doesn't have the tournament edition stuff, I don't think. So I guess that's a big deal. I gotta figure out my buttons here. What's turbo? Yeah, ugly shot and I sink it. Oh, there's my turbo. Ooh. So that is Sega CD. So Sega CD works as long as you put the BIOSes in the correct folder and name them properly. And then there's another thing called this Mega Drive Plus games. And this is kind of like MSU1 games, like with the Super Nintendo, where people will take a game and put CD audio on it. And these are kind of set up slightly differently than they are on the Mega SD. Where on the Mega SD, you can just IPS patch the game and have the audio files in there and it'll just run. On the Mega Everdrive Pro, you have to go into this IPS MSU folder and you have to actually leave the IPS patch in there and name it the same as your I forget if it's the bin or the Q file in here. So then what this will do is this will fire up Streets of Rage 2 with like a guy's custom soundtrack. So if I And then once again, since this is technically a Sega CD game, you can't use any of the in-game save states or reset buttons. Which is the same sort of deal on the Mega SD. So ultimately, kind of my take on this is the Mega SD versus the Mega Everdrive Pro. I would say that the Mega Everdrive Pro is a little bit better just because it has a couple functions that the Mega SD can't currently do, which is this movie player, which is pretty cool. It also has the ability to play NES games, but not very well. So I wouldn't really say that that's a big thing at all. I didn't even bother putting any NES games on here. Another thing that this one can do, and I don't know whether or not the Mega SD can do it or not, but they can play Sega Master games, and I don't know if they both can do it or if only this one can do it, but that's not really a big deal to me. And then the biggest difference I would say with this one is the ability to quickly load those quickly do a save state and quickly load a save state using those hotkeys. Just doing start up, start down, just to save and load. I know on the Mega SD you're able to do save states, but you got to go out to the menu and load them and save them, where here you can just map them and like do them instantly. Another big difference is the Mega Everdrive, the firmware isn't locked down at all. Like, you can very easily go out to Krikzz' website and just get the firmware updates whenever you need them, where Terra Onion kind of like locks it all down. And if you want to sell your Mega SD, you got to log in and unlicense it and this and that. And it's not a huge thing, but it's just kind of nice that with the Mega Everdrive you can just go out and get them. As far as appearance, I mean, the Mega Everdrive Pro looks more like a regular Sega CD cart. I mean Sega Genesis cart, where the the Mega SD looks more like looks like a virtual racing cart. And I kind of prefer like having the Mega Everdrive look more like a normal cart. But that's not really a huge thing either. I'm not sure if they're both hard gold contacts or not. I know that the Mega Everdrive Pro is. I'm not sure about the Mega SD. I know that the Mega SD is not beveled at all. It looked to me like the edge, like the connector on the Mega Everdrive Pro was slightly beveled. So I would say overall, I think the price is about the same. I think they're both about $200. I sold my Mega SD when this was on order, and I pretty much came out even. I think I had to kick in like $40 to get this one since my Mega SD was used. Yeah, I think the Mega Everdrive Pro, primarily because of the save states, because of the way that the save states function, is a better choice for me. But you know, both are pretty equivalent, and I'm sure with updates they'll continue to be, you know, on par with each other. If I was recommending to someone, I would get the Mega Everdrive Pro, but just for little things like, you know, freely available firmware, this video player, and the ability to do save states very, very quickly and easily. So this is Super Retrocade. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.